Straight-edge Gothic Gabber Hippies. The order of the unbent spine did not pray. They performed percussive exorcisms. Their temple was the chrysanthemum, a structure of welded railway ties and weeping eucalyptus sap squatting in the phosphorescent mud of the salt pan plains. Their sacrament was aural violence. A Gothic Gabberheim played at 250 beats per minute on instruments of stone and taut, living skin. It was a sound to scour the soft glissando world from their souls. They were straight edge. Their purity was a carnivorous thing. Brother Solus, their patriarch, had eyes the color of a dead scorpion's back. His scalp was a tapestry of blackwork tattoos depicting the internal mechanics of a wasp's sting. Tonight, the ritual of clarification demanded a new initiate, a young runaway they called Novice Kale, who had once been poisoned by the melodious lies of a jazz flute. The body is a flawed instrument, Solus boomed, his voice a distortion pedal on reality. He stood naked before the great sound system, a monolith of lacquered peat and throbbing copper veins. Its urges are feedback, its pleasures a corrupt algorithm. We will recalibrate you. Kale, shivering and painted in chalky glyphs, was bound to the altar of resonance, a flat stone still warm from the day's sun, its surface stained with the sweat of previous clarifications. The rite began not with a chant, but with a physical onslaught. The senior members, a cadre of gaunt figures with knotted spines and eyes blazing with vacant fervor, commenced the dance of the splintered joint. It was a violent, jerking ballet, limbs snapping like wet ropes, heads lolling back until vertebrae popped. It was meant to break the body's sentimental attachment to grace. Then the Gabber started. Solus did not play. He assaulted a set of drums made from the shaved skulls of feral dogs and a lightning-struck slab of basalt. The sound was a physical entity, a wall of pure, punishing pressure. Thump, thump, thump. It hammered the air from Kale's lungs, vibrated the tears on his cheeks into a fine mist. The peat speakers blended a sap-like substance. You feel the complexity leaving, Solus screamed over the noise, his own body slick with a sweat that smelled of zinc and anger. You feel the lies dissolving. The climax of the ritual was the feast of absence. The dancing stopped, the music cut out into a silence that rang like a fresh wound. From a clay pot, Solus produced the sacrament, a thick gray paste of pulverized lichen and water filtered through their own knitted undergarments. It was flavorless, textureless, a culinary negation. He approached Kale, who was whimpering, his body a map of tremors. Now, Solus whispered, the word a violation in the quiet. We fill the voids. We replace the poison with perfect, empty order. He forced a handful of the paste into Kale's mouth. It was like eating dust and resignation. Then another handful, and another. Kale gagged, his body trying to reject this absolute nothingness, but the brothers and sisters held him down, their faces ecstatic with the spectacle of his purification. They watched, rapt, as his stomach distended, a taut drum of austerity. The body resists the cure. One sister shrieked, her own ribs like a cage beneath her skin. Break its will, another roared. Solus forced more pace, his fingers scraping the back of Kale's throat. Kale's eyes rolled back, his struggles becoming weaker, a spastic dying glissando against the relentless, straight edge of their doctrine. He did not die. That would have been an impurity, a final messy emotion. Instead, he achieved what they called the state of zero. His body went limp. His breathing became a shallow metronomic tick. His eyes, when they opened, held no more light than two pebbles. A thin, clear fluid leaked from his nostrils, smelling of stone and nothing else. He had been simplified. The jazz flute was gone. The desire for melody, for sweetness, for curve, all of it had been plummeled out and replaced with the glorious, deafening silence of the single sustained note. Brother Solus looked upon his work, upon the vacant, obedient vessel that was now Novice Kale. He raised his arms, the drumsticks of femur bone held high. Behold, he cried into the vast, indifferent night, a perfect, gray cube. From the assembled hippies came a single guttural, approving syllable, a vocalization of pure force that was the only prayer they knew. It was the sound of a world being stripped bare, and they found it beautiful.